Right, how's it going, class? Good to see you, Chef Roach here. Bringing you guys another demo. Hopefully, get you through this quarantine. Let me tell you something. Everything that's been going on here, I'm in it with y'all. I understand it's frustrating, and there's a lot of things that are not in our control right now. But one thing we can control is ourselves. We can control our happiness. We can control how we feel about things. So I'm here to bring you a little cooking demo, and I gotta say, I've found a lot of pleasure in cooking lately. So hopefully, by doing this demo for y'all, I can, motivate some of you and inspire some of you to cook for your family or whoever you're staying with, and just share some of that love because we all love being cooked for. So without further ado, this is going to be the dish that we're making tonight. So we are going to do a little pasta dish, and I've tried to keep it to where I limited your ingredients, so I'll post those ingredients in the description section, and hopefully some of y'all can replicate this dish. But it's going to be a cavatappi marinara served with a little bit of mozzarella, some panko breadcrumbs, and some fresh basil. So we've got a nice little pasta dish. It's going to warm the soul, and I really think that this dish will be easy to replicate and help y'all out. So here we go. I got my pasta cooking. Pasta, we're going to be cooking al dente. So set a timer for it, got it going. It's the first thing I usually do. And then we're going to get some knife skills going. I'm going to use my cast iron pan tonight. And the cast iron pan is up to you. I love this pan. It just does a great job, especially for a one pot dish. But you can use whatever pan will go into an oven, and whatever pan can withstand the temperature of a broiler, because we're going to melt some cheese and get it all nice and crusty and some beautiful textures on here. All right, let's do it. So knife skills wise, not much to cut. We're going to do a little bit of a fresh marinara sauce. So for that fresh marinara, we're going to add some nice chopped onion. So you can grab a white onion, yellow onion, just whatever your preference is. And we'll give it sort of like a medium dice. I want to keep it somewhat kind of chunky in there. Get some textures. We're going to also add a bell pepper. Bell pepper can be any, pardon me. Pasta going crazy. Bell pepper can be any color you like, red, yellow, or green. Just happen to have a yellow bell pepper here. And we're going to go ahead and remove the core. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut strips. Keep some nice kind of chunks in there. Okay. Stuff going over here. Pasta's going. The pasta that I chose to use tonight is actually called cavatappi, but you can use whatever pasta you want. I would basically recommend maybe some of the individual pasta, so not necessarily like a linguine or the long pasta, long strain. Penne, cavatappi, maybe even macaroni, but just something that is around that shape. Again, this is what I'm using. It's called cavatappi pasta. Go ahead and get our cast iron nice and hot here. Add our olive oil. Get ready to cook. Everything's good to go on our knife skills except for our garlic. So, of course, being an Italian dish, being Italian pasta, we're going to go ahead and add some fresh garlic. So I'd love it if you guys would replicate this dish. I got to say, I'm not really using too many ingredients here. And again, I'll post them in the description. So you can grab these and maybe even have some laying around at home. And you can really make this dish over and really make some people happy. So here we go. The garlic is just going to get a nice little mince. Remember, with our guide hand, we want to keep it nice and curled so we don't cut our fingers. And with the knife grip, we want to make sure that we pinch and then wrap our fingers around and have that nice kind of choked up grip. Okay? Every time we're using our knife, we want to make sure that we're doing the slicing motion and not necessarily just chopping or hacking at it, okay? All right, my cast iron is nice and hot. Put this down for a second, and we'll go ahead and add in our beautifully cut peppers and onions. Okay, peppers and onions are in. Pasta's going. I always recommend set a timer for the pasta. What I did is I went ahead and set a little 9-minute timer. I always recommend students 9 minutes or al dente, so to speak, when you're cooking pasta. You don't want to overcook it, especially because I'm going to end up baking this pasta and giving it a little bit of a run through with the sauce. So I don't want to overcook it. Mushy pasta is not nice. So we'll make sure that we go ahead and cook it correctly. I'm going to put a little bit of crushed black pepper and some salt onto my vegetables here. And I'm cooking over medium-high heat. Okay. Pasta has reached al dente, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and give it a little try here. It's good to go, so we're going to strain the pasta. All right, got a strainer somewhere in here. Okay. All right, so I strained my pasta. I got my peppers and onions cooking. What else we're going to do here is we're also going to work a little bit of fresh herbs. So anytime that we're making an Italian dish, you got 2 herbs that I just love to use. First one, of course, is going to be basil. So basil, again, looks like this here, and we want to make sure we're using just the leaves and pick it fresh. Just make sure that it looks beautiful, make sure it looks green, it's vibrant, the aroma is beautiful, and then I like to sort of add these towards the end of my cooking. And the other herb that I decided to grab was some nice oregano. And this oregano grows right in my garden, so right out back. And again, beautiful, vibrant, fresh, delicious. We'll just go ahead and pick our herbs so it's easy to incorporate into our dish. Something like basil, I don't want any stems. My oregano, the same thing, I don't want any stems. And I'm not going to cut this. I'm going to go ahead and just rip it fresh. So I'll keep that kind of piled up there. Make sure that my garlic is nice and minced. Okay. All right. Let's finish off this marinara sauce. So with the marinara sauce, one thing that I want to do is I want to get a little bit of char on this garlic. Not really just char, just kind of incorporate the flavors, get them heated up. We'll add our basil here in a minute. Okay. And what I did, guys, is I purchased some tomato sauce already. And I like to buy the tomato sauce that is a little bit more of the higher quality. I like to go for the top shelf, just not necessarily like the bottom shelf tomato sauce, not the stuff that's cheap. Get the stuff that's a little bit better in ingredients. Just makes for a better dish. So we're going to incorporate our tomato sauce here. Kind of see what I got going on. And once that tomato sauce is nice and incorporated, we can add our pasta. Whatever pasta you want to use, if you're using penne, if you're using macaroni, if you're using cavatappi like I'm using. Cavatappi is also corkscrew pasta, so it looks a little bit kind of like this. Okay. I'll season my pasta. Crack black pepper, of course. Freshly crack it in. How am I doing on time here? How am I doing? All right, 9-minute mark. Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and make my oven to broil. So you're going to need a broil temp on your oven. And guys, what I'm doing is I'm just seasoning my pasta. I'm trying to get it really nice and flavorful here. Gonna add in just a pinch of kosher salt. And I'm gonna add in some crushed red pepper. I like it a little spicy. I love having that in there. So we're gonna add some spice, okay? Give this a toss. Okay? Let it cook down. And then we're gonna add in a little bit of our oregano. And again, oregano, fresh herb, straight from the garden. I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna pick it. Guys, if you don't have oregano at home, or if you don't have fresh herbs, you can use Italian seasoning. You can use the dry herbs. I just love that the aromatics that the fresh herbs offer. They're in the produce section at any of your supermarkets, and super easy to find. Okay, so I add a little bit of that. I'll go ahead and add in just a little bit of my basil too. Okay. All right, stir this up. And let's get ready to throw it in the oven, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. Again, my oven is on the broil temp, so it's gonna be nice and hot for me. A couple of things I'm gonna add here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and put in some panko breadcrumbs. So you can use Italian breadcrumbs if you like. Basically, what we're gonna try and get is just a little bit of some texture on here. So think of it like a pasta bake, almost like I'm doing, like a casserole of some sort. I want some crunch on top. And then I've got some beautiful fresh mozzarella. You can use your normal kind of shredded mozzarella if you prefer it, but I just love that nice fresh mozzarella and the way that it melts and is ooey and gooey and delicious. Okay. Second thing I'm going to add in here is a little bit of cream cheese. So something slightly different, going to go well with my mozzarella and just sort of be a creamy aspect in this dish. So this is just a little bit of cream cheese that I'm going to add in here as well. Hit it with some fresh Parmesan. Okay. So I'm just using a microplaner just to sort of grate some Parmesan cheese on here. And again, we're just going to create some textures and get a nice little melt going on. And then finally, I've got a little bit of butter. Okay. And all I'm going to do is just piece in some butter in this pasta bake and make sure it looks good, okay? All right, at this point, my broiler is nice. Should be ready to go hot. Add it in. And I've got that broiler on high, so I'm really trying to melt that cheese. I'm trying to get a nice little browning going on there and make sure that it looks really good when it comes out. So again, guys, this is a pasta dish. It's mainly focused, on the sauce and the bell peppers, the onions, that beautiful garlic, the fresh herbs, the mozzarella, the cream cheese is going to give it a little bit of a creaminess, and then what I'll do is I'll have that crushed pepper in there. It's going to give it a little bit of spice. So I'm happy about it. I'm going to show you how to plate, and we'll get ready to finish this bad boy off. Okay. All right, y'all. So plating, I really like to have some fresh basil to plate because I'm going to add that on top once it's all said and done here. So I'm going to get some fresh basil ready to go. And I've got a bunch saved so I can use it all. However, it goes delicious in the sauce, so you can use it in the sauce too. Okay? And again, hopefully you guys are cooking out there. We've got a little extra time on our hands, and I'm a big believer that cooking is a stress reliever, and you can just sort of lose yourself in about an hour, hour and a half of cooking and finding a recipe. And again, try to do this recipe or the recipe I posted before, which was the chicken fajita bowl. Okay. All right, so I'm viewing inside my oven here. Again, getting ready to finish this all off. Matter of fact, what I think I'm going to do, guys, I think I'm going to leave it in the cast iron. I'm going to allow it to kind of rest for a minute before I just sort of plate it and do all that. So I recommend the same for you. Maybe you can clean your dishes. And again, if you don't have a cast iron, you can use something else. You can use another pan that you feel is a little, can be oven proof and withstand some high temperatures. So let me check it out and then we'll get back to you. All right. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So it's looking good. Nice little bake. I may even give it another little, maybe 30 seconds inside the oven. But I'm going to add some of that fresh basil right on top. And again, that mozzarella melted nicely on this. The Parmesan cheese melted nicely. If you don't have Parmesan, you don't have to add it. If you don't have fresh mozzarella, you can just add the shredded mozzarella. If you don't have fresh basil, that's okay. But anytime you're doing a pasta dish, you should have fresh basil. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, so I like to have a lot of this on there. And there we go, y'all. So this is a Cavatappi and Marinara mozzarella pasta bake. I hope you enjoy it. I hope some of y'all do it at your homes. And again, Chef Roach is trying to give y'all some content, trying to give y'all something to, I don't know, get your family looking forward to. So you're taking care of dinner tonight. You got two beautiful ideas, and hopefully this is one of them. I mean, look at this, y'all. Let's see. Check this out. Check this out. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. Look at that cheese. Oh my gosh, y'all. You got to get it going. And actually, one more thing. You got to make sure you do this to finish it. Some fresh Parmesan cheese on there as well. Make it rain with the cheese. And see y'all later. Enjoy.